Welcome to TalentMotives, the deep dive, uncovering what drives you.
Welcome. We are so glad you could join us for this custom-tailored deep dive today. Our mission is to explore what is honestly one of life's most daunting transitions, moving from campus to career.
Yeah, it's a huge shift for anyone.
It really is. And we've got a fascinating stack of source material today covering a psychological framework called Motivation DNA and a really powerful AI tool known as MQi and LiDi.
Right, which addresses that exact transition.
Exactly. So, okay, let's unpack this. Picture a college student.
Yeah.
They've done everything right. They have the degree. They've racked up the skills. They even survived those grueling summer internships.
But despite all that, they're completely paralyzed when it comes to picking an actual career path.
Right. I mean, I remember my own first post-college job. I took a role purely for the salary. I spent 8 hours a day formatting spreadsheets in a cubicle, and my soul basically left my body by Tuesday.
Oh, man, yeah. Too often people choose paths based on prestige or parental expectations. The tragic part is that the work physically drains them because it contradicts their intrinsic motivators.
It's exhausting.
What's fascinating here is the underlying psychology of that drain. When your daily tasks clash with your intrinsic drivers, your brain actually treats the work as a high-friction cognitive load.
Like you're fighting your own brain.
Precisely. You burn through your glucose and dopamine reserve just trying to maintain basic focus. That's where motivation DNA and the motivational quotient index come in.
So it's not just, another generic personality quiz.
Not at all. It's a quantifiable metric of the specific environments and tasks that naturally replenish a person's cognitive energy rather than depleting it.
That makes so much sense of the early career burnout factor. So instead of looking at the major on a diploma, the MQ maps out what fundamentally charges a student's battery.
Exactly.
The source material outlines a few specific profiles, like the curiosity and R&D drive. How does that translate beyond just telling someone to go work in a lab?
It comes down to how they process information. Someone with a high curiosity and R&D quotient gets a literal dopamine hit from tackling unresolved problems and diving into ambiguity.
So throw them into a highly structured corporate role,
And they will stagnate. They need to be placed in innovation labs, advanced academic research, or strategic forecasting, places where exploring the unknown is the actual job description.
What about a student whose highest MQ score is in leadership and collaboration? They obviously thrive on team dynamics, but how does that look early in a career when they aren't the boss yet?
They need to target management training programs or cross-functional project roles. These individuals are energized by social friction and consensus building.
Even right out of college.
Yeah, even at entry level. If they're tasked with guiding a small committee or acting as a liaison between departments, they will excel. Contrast that with the aesthetics and innovation profile, where the core drive is visual or systemic harmony.
Right, so those individuals need to be in design or media.
Or user experience roles, yeah. Roles where creating order and beauty is the central metric of success.
Identifying those psychological drives is a huge advantage, but translating an abstract MQ profile into a Tuesday morning job interview seems like a massive leap. How do students practically apply these scores in the real world?
Enter LiDi AI. Think of LiDi as the bridge between the psychological assessment and the actual job market. LiDi AI ingests a student's unique MQ data and functions as a personalized, hyper-specific career coach.
So let's say a student has high leadership drives, but very low aesthetics.
LiDi won't just hand them a generic list of jobs. It will actively coach them on which specific internships align with their strengths. It even suggests how to position themselves in an interview for a tech company.
How so?
By advising them to focus their answers on product management and team coordination rather than front-end design.
Here's where it gets really interesting. For university advisors and educators, this completely changes the game. Their guidance stops being a one-size-fits-all brochure and transforms into a highly targeted strategy for every single student.
It scales personalized mentorship in a way that just wasn't possible before. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the ripple effects across the economy are substantial.
Students step into the workforce with profound self-awareness.
Exactly. They become highly engaged, confident, and resilient because their daily tasks align with their natural neurochemistry. On the flip side, employers are receiving young talent that is motivated and culturally aligned from day one.
Which directly addresses the massive turnover rates companies face with recent graduates.
It really does.
So what does this all mean for you listening right now? The ultimate aha moment here is that stepping into the workforce doesn't have to be this terrifying leap in the dark.
Not at all.
It can be a fully guided journey of clarity and purpose, built entirely on who you inherently are, not just what a piece of paper says you studied.
This raises an important question, and I want to leave you with one final thought to mull over today.
Let's hear it.
If you mapped out your own motivation DNA right now, would it match the career you're currently in? Or have you been running on someone else's expectations all along?
Find out more about MQi and LiDi AI by visiting our website at TalentMotives.com.